Can you believe this, Cowboys Nation? One of the most electric playmakers in Dallas, a former All-Pro who once terrorized quarterbacks across the league, might be quietly reaching the end of his road in silver and blue. And the strangest part? It's not happening on the field. It's happening in silence, confusion, and unanswered questions. Let's talk about Trevon Diggs. Every week, this story gets a little stranger. Diggs, the ball-hawking cornerback who made a name for himself by turning interceptions into house calls, believed he was finally ready to return against the Minnesota Vikings. After missing nearly 2 months with concussion and a knee injury that landed him on injured reserve, the expectation, at least from Diggs' side, was that he'd suit up. Instead, he was told he'd be inactive yet again. And then came the moment that really raised eyebrows. After the game, Cowboys owner and general manager Jerry Jones stepped in front of the microphones and shut the door hard, saying Diggs simply wasn't healthy enough to be on the field. Period. No timeline. No optimism. Just finality in his voice. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. When players and ownership are clearly not on the same page medically, that's not just an injury issue, that's an organizational issue. In the NFL, decisions about who plays usually come from a head coach and medical staff. But in Dallas, as fans know all too well, Jerry Jones has never been a hands-off owner. And once again, that dynamic is front and center. You can feel the frustration building across Cowboys Nation. Social media is buzzing. Fans are asking, why is a $100 million cornerback not on the field? And if he's healthy enough to expect to play, why is he being shut down? Trevon Diggs hasn't been perfect when he's played this season. Under defensive coordinator Matt Eberflus, the Cowboys defense has, frankly, been one of the worst units in football. Missed assignments, blown coverages, and a lack of consistency have haunted this team. Diggs himself didn't look like the same gambler who led the NFL in interceptions back in 2021. But even an imperfect Diggs changes how offenses attack you. And not having him or any elite corner on the field for 2 straight months is a massive problem. Let's add some context here. This is the Dallas Cowboys, America's team, 5 Super Bowl championships. Legends like Tom Landry pacing the sideline, Roger Staubach leading late-game heroics, Emmitt Smith grinding out yards, Troy Aikman delivering lasers, and Michael Irvin bringing swagger to the league. This franchise is built on stars, and stars are expected to play, lead, and be visible. That's why this situation feels so off. Now, let's talk business, because the NFL always comes back to the cap. If Dallas decides to move on from Diggs, the math tells an uncomfortable story. Cutting him before June 1st could free up around $12.5 million in cap space for 2026. Waiting until after June 1st, that savings could jump to more than $15 million, with less dead money on the books. That's real flexibility. That's money to rebuild a defense that has collapsed. And when you connect those dots, it's hard not to wonder if the front office is already looking ahead. Jerry Jones has said that even with playoff hopes fading fast, the starters are expected to finish out the season. So yes, there's still a chance we see Diggs again in a Cowboys uniform before the year ends. But listen closely to the tone. This doesn't feel like a comeback story. It feels like an audition, or maybe a farewell. And here's another layer that fans can't ignore. We still don't even know how Diggs suffered the concussion in the first place. No clear explanation, no public clarity. In a league obsessed with transparency around injuries, that mystery only adds fuel to the fire. Meanwhile, the irony of this season is hard to miss. The Cowboys' offense has been strong. Dak Prescott has been efficient. CeeDee Lamb has continued to establish himself as one of the elite wide receivers in football. And yet here we are, talking about another year slipping away because the defense couldn't hold up its end of the bargain. Looking ahead, projections suggest Dallas might win 2 of its final 3 games, landing somewhere around the 15th pick in the draft. Not high enough for a guaranteed franchise-changing talent. Not low enough to justify the pain of this season. Just stuck in the middle. And that's why this Diggs situation matters so much. Because if this truly is the beginning of the end, Cowboys fans could be staring at a 2026 defense without Trevon Diggs, and possibly without Micah Parsons as well. Imagine that. A unit stripped of its 2 biggest stars. That's not just a roster change. That's a cultural shift. So let me ask you this. Are we watching the quiet closing chapter of Trevon Diggs in Dallas? Or is this just another bizarre twist in a season that never made sense? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you think the Cowboys should move on and reset the defense? Or does this team need to find a way to make it work with Diggs one more time? If you love deep Cowboys coverage, make sure you're subscribed, because this story is far from over, and you won't want to miss what comes next. White medium star American football.